reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural. 5-star, everything I see. Live lives, no apology. Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural.
So thank you for joining Can We Talk Sports? We have an exciting show for you tonight. We're so excited to have Angela Pride with us tonight. She is from the Professional Football Mothers. I want to make sure I get this right. Professional Football Players Mothers Association. We're excited, really blessed to have her with us. And so we can't wait to get into that and talk to her. But first, ladies, how's everything been going?
It's been interesting because I was like, we got a show? I was off. I was like, I actually just got off the treadmill trying to get my little walk in, and then JQ was calling. I was like, oh, we got a show. Oh, okay. So it's been a very interesting day.
It's interesting to just hop back in it. I was like, I didn't have none of my stuff set up, or like I was running around. My husband's like, "What you doing?" I'm trying to get ready. and Shannon, we understand you totally forgot. You didn't even have a shirt on.
Really? So you just gonna blast me out on national TV? I ain't have a shirt on. Wow, no, I'm playing. No, I'm laying there. I was asked doing some research, and Karen's like, "Hey, we got a show." I was like, "Wait, what? Now?" She's like, "Yeah." So jumped up and put that lipstick on and whoop whoop whoop, and here I am. So
hey, that's what mamas have to do. That's what we're known to have to do different roles and jump right in.
Tasking, doing more than one thing at one time. Absolutely, that's what we do.
That's what we do. So
I remember praying to be a super mom. I said, God, let me be a super mom. Let me be the wife, the mom, the parent, all those things. I remember that's what we are.
Super mom. Super mom.
Hey, you guys, those who are watching, we are asking you guys to like and share this video, or you're on YouTube, go and hit the notification. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and comment and share this video. Do you have any aunties and sports uncles and sports aunties? Share this video. Tell them about Can We Talk Sports, because us sports mom, we got something to say, y'all.
Absolutely. You know what? Can I say something? I miss you, Karen. I miss you. Listen, I miss that DeSoto you. I'm telling you, she will sell you. Listen, you need to be the chairman, the salesman, the mayor. I'm telling you, Karen brings all the energy. I miss you. I just wanted to say that.
We missed you, Shannon. We missed you.
I know. Really I missed y'all last season. I was sitting there watching like, you never see that Mervyn's? You guys remember Mervyn's? The store Mervyn's? You ever seen it?
Yes.
And you know the commercial. I'll be watching like, I want to be back. No, but I'm glad to be back. So yeah.
Well, I mentioned you several times. I said Shannon would be so proud of me in the introduction that I was able to come in and say, I'm Karen. So I said you was gonna be so proud of me.
I'm very proud of you. Listen, I watched the episode. I was laughing so hard. I said, she gonna get it, y'all. She gonna get it. and I'm AKA Mama D. I said, oh, Lord. Here they go. Oh, I laughed so hard. But I'm so glad to be back with y'all. Y'all so funny. I just miss y'all.
So,
I miss this laughing.
Oh. Yes,
yeah.
Just us. Up. I just love y'all.
I do too.
So let me ask you guys, what have y'all been doing as far as grocery shopping? These kids are out of school, and I know y'all been looking at them sales papers. How y'all doing y'all shopping?
Okay, so I want to get rid of mine. Can I get rid of my kids?
I'll take him, Shannon. I'm empty nesting.
Did you see
here.
did you see the post I made where it says kids always making plans, no money, no ride,
no transportation,
no permission,
just
but minor. Hey mom, we all about to go play basketball. Okay, how you getting there? Oh, I was just gonna see if you take me. Wait, what? And then right, and then he'll be on his way home. Hey mom, we just stopped by Chick-fil-A. You send me 20. All the time.
And you're gonna need 20 for one combo.
I know, right? 20 is only gonna feed one at Chick-fil-A.
Boy, that grocery bill this year, I just said, Jesus, really? Eggs, you know, the carton of eggs, the box of eggs was like $4 before. Now they're 11. I said, wait, I'm gonna go get the chicken myself. See, I was thinking the same thing. Look, my husband talking about, baby, we're gonna go buy a cow. I said, what? He was really looking, y'all.
Let me tell you something, Shannon. We have a kid at my church who raises cattle, and every year we get like a quarter of a cow.
Oh,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband's gonna buy a cow, y'all.
So, we don't.
It got so bad. You know how you drive it and you see the cows in the fence? He said, baby, listen, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to coach it to come to the fence and then I'm going to hit it. I said, well, where you going to put it? In the back of the Tahoe? No, you not. I was like, oh, Lord, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work, Jesus. You got to help me.
Now, times are bad and he trying to kill the cow in the yard, out in the yard.
He talking about he gonna coach it to come to the fence, and they gonna hit it, and they gonna put it in the back. I said, "Oh, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work." So, yeah,
that wasn't gonna work. I was gonna see y'all on TV.
Yeah, what? No, you was gonna see him. No,
not you.
Not me. Oh, it's oh man, but I tell you what, it's been a blessing. I've got 2 left, y'all. 2 left, and they're twins.
Wow.
And then that's it.
Same time.
What?
Wow.
2 left, and that's it.
No, they still stick around to that.
I know. All 5. I know all 5 of them still at home.
And even they come back. Then they come back thinking they grown because they've been away and they've been in college doing their own thing. So they come back thinking, oh, I don't have to. There ain't no rules no more because I'm grown.
Jaden only 15 minutes down the street from me at Collin College. She got a full-ride basketball scholarship.
Good for her.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but she only 15 minutes down the street. She already talking about she's gonna be coming home. Talking about, Mom, I'm be coming home. Wash. Here she go. That's what she said. She said, Mama, you gonna have some food? Wait, no, that's not how it goes. You got a full ride, let them feed you.
Package at school.
Right. She already told me she's coming home. I said, oh, Jesus help.
So you guys, I think I am so ready to bring this guest on. I can't wait to get into the head of an NFL mom and just let her break it down and tell us about the organization. So I want to go ahead and bring in the guest, Miss Angela Pride. Come on in. Let's have some mommy talk.
Hi, Miss Angela. How are you?
Doing great, ladies. I see you guys are doing well.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on?
Oh, wow. Well, tonight I'm here representing PFPMA, which is the Professional Football Players and Mothers Association. I am their public relations coordinator for the organization, so I handle the branding, the marketing, their social media, getting us out there, letting everybody know what we're doing and why we're doing it and who we are, as well as representing our sons.
Oh,
okay.
So you guys, are you guys a nonprofit?
Go ahead, Karen.
And so there's a delay a little bit. So are you guys a nonprofit organization?
We are. We are a 501c3 organization. We are a charitable organization, so we do a lot of giving back as well. Some of our partners currently are the American Cancer Society, as well as the NFLPA. So we do things in the community. We do cancer walks. We raise money. We give money back to the community as well. So we are definitely a service organization.
Mhm.
Okay. So you have so tell us about your son. Your son plays in the NFL?
Yes, he does. My son is Troy Pride Jr. He was a 2020 draft pick by the Carolina Panthers. And and it's been an exciting time. We were drafted in a COVID year, so I didn't get to experience a lot of things, but that was one of the reasons why I joined PFPMA, was to meet with other moms, to find out, some of the things that I didn't know. You kind of go into any professional realm blind, not really knowing what to expect, not really knowing about the tickets. And then, of course, when your son's a rookie, they don't know anything either. They're always the last to know, So what PFPMA does is we try to get moms united, and, we try to meet with other moms on the team or meet with other moms in our regions. We are divided by regions. I'm in the southern region, but, so we have information sessions, we have workshops. We just had our very first preseason. Well, not very first, Lord, I'm sorry. We just had my very first preseason conference, I'll say, right? And so, because I wasn't in the organization right away, but I did meet some wonderful ladies, and they brought me in, and now here I am.
Wow. So I want to go back just a little bit. So the journey of getting to this place with your son in the NFL and going through the COVID, because that was a lot, because my son went to the NFL as well. And then his journey, but let's go back and talk about a little bit about your journey and to this place.
So now, are you talking about COVID, or are you talking about like from college or from high school?
Let's go from the senior year of college and then up until now.
Okay. So, let me just give a little side note. College was totally different, a lot more fun, a lot more family oriented.
Yes.
I was a part of an organization called the College Football Moms, and I'm still friends, really, really good friends with a lot of those ladies to this day. And I was, I'm an introverted person. I don't really meet a stranger. So I was the type of mom that I was asking questions. When my son was in his senior year, because actually at the end of his junior year, agents started reaching out to him. And so, he still had a whole nother year. We didn't really even consider him coming out his junior year because, in college, guys can come out that third year after that third year. But we didn't really consider that. So me and my husband started interviewing agents, but I was asking other moms that had been at the same school as my son, how'd you guys do this? What questions did you ask? What's important? So I'm that type of person where I won't help. I'm not afraid to ask for. I did have a lot of moms that would sit on the phone and talk to me and share different stories with me. And I did the same thing when it was, after 2020, when my son was already in the league. So, but going through the COVID process was definitely different. So the draft wasn't even, I think it was supposed to be in Vegas that year as well, but everybody was at home, and they did everything online and on Zoom and this, that, and the other. Whereas this past year I attended the draft, or this year I attended the draft, and it was in Vegas, and it was live and in living color. So it was totally opposite. You know what I'm saying? Very hands off. Even like the interviews with the teams, everything was done via Zoom. My son was fortunate enough to go to the combine, whereas I think the year after there was really no combine. It was only pro days. So it was an interesting journey in the sense of, I don't think that there was the intimacy as far as parents really getting into the stadium and seeing where their baby's going to be. And, so you're definitely used to that in college, but you're excited about it in the NFL. And because my son came in a COVID year, it was, again, never disappointment, because I was like, we are to be in the number, to hear his name called. But, I wanted that. I can't lie to you. And I finally did get into the stadium last year. But as far as locker room and stuff like that. But no, we didn't get all the same things that you typically get with the draft because it was COVID.
So did you, when COVID came, let me ask What'd you say, Carmen? I'm sorry.
I was going to ask her, she had mentioned that. Tell us about the moment when your son's name was called. Like, what was that like?
Well, so okay, I'm gonna tell you this too. So just like on TV, so they get the call really before your name is called on TV, so you kind of know. And there's press there. There was, we had a news guy in my little rec room, which is where we were. And I mean, it was exciting, but it was surreal because we didn't know who it was and what he was saying. I mean, like, he's talking to somebody on the phone, so it's kind of like, well, who is it? And
Who is it?
Like, but you can't do that because this person is telling your son, well, they're telling him also, hey, we're about to pick you, or this, that, and the other. And so, it was an exciting time. It was just a sigh of relief. I can't even explain all the emotions that I went through because I remember my baby starting to play football at the age of 6. And that being his dream. And so to really just see that thing come to fruition was like just surreal. Like, I don't even know, but so many emotions ran over me. My husband was crying. My girlfriends were all screaming in the background. A couple of them were crying. I'm not really like the teary-eyed mother, but I was very emotional because I was so proud of my son that he had gotten to this point. Yet at the same time, it's like so much going on around you. It's like, God, is it real? Is it happening? So it was really exciting.
Let me ask you this, when COVID came, did you have that moment of like thinking like, okay, is this the end of sports? I mean, is COVID going to just wipe us to where we can never come and be around people?
Together.
Yeah.
No. In all honesty, I just, like, seriously, towards the end of last year, I just realized how COVID really affected me mentally. Because let me tell you something, in 2020, so I run my own business as well. I was busy as all get out. Like the day that my son was in the combine, I had a news TV interview.
Oh, wow.
Because the combine was like early March, right? And COVID really didn't, like, they didn't start shutting stuff down until like the end of March. So I had several contracts that I had to close out online, but I was able to do that and it wasn't a problem. So in all honesty, I really don't think it was real for me, Karen. I think, it was just kind of like, oh no, honey, we're going to be all right. And then, people were saying, it's just like the flu and everybody's overreacting. But then when, people close to you start getting sick or going into the hospital and being put on ventilators, then it's like, okay, well, maybe this is real. But God, like I know it's going to be okay. So I never was kind of like down and out. But like I said, it really did. I just recently, like, just kind of dealt with some internal things just with myself because it really did shut my business down. I'm an interactive type of person, interactive type of speaker and trainer. So online does not necessarily work for me. Because when you're online, people are doing other things. They got people in the background, and I'm that speaker that comes over to your desk and closes your laptop because I'm talking and you're being rude. So you can't do that. You can't do that. So that just was not my niche. So I didn't even try to get other contracts, going forward online. I was always wait till things open back up, but that ended up being a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Wow.
So
we're just now coming out of it.
Coming out of it.
I think I was kind of like that, like, had that type of thinking until I got COVID. And I ended up being in the hospital and I'm just like, wow. Because, when you're at that time, you're still hearing about people dying. And I'm in the hospital. I'm like, okay, what is it going to be that caused me to make it through this?
Yeah.
Just having that moment, that thought. I remember, I think it was Les Brown. He was saying something about, coming to that moment and you're saying, okay, what is your case that you're going to plead to God why you should stay here? What are you doing? Are you somebody? I mean, okay, God, I'm still got my tax business. I got this going on. I'm going to talk to them. I need to stay here. Or if you don't not do anything, what is going to be your plea to say, I need to stay versus not, not having any life, to not doing anything in life, not accomplishing anything. So it was that time that I had to really just kind of think about it. And but anyway,
That's powerful though, Karen. That's powerful.
Yeah.
No, and I thank God that I didn't have to be hospitalized or anything like that. So I never, and I think that was it too. It really, like, it hit my family. My baby girl had it around Christmas time. But we didn't really have it. We actually caught COVID this past Christmas.
Oh, wow.
2021 Christmas. Our household, but we quarantined her. We were fortunate enough to have enough space to be able to. She was secluded in a room. She had a sink. She had the bathroom. She had her own stuff. Now we probably wasn't feeding her as much as she wanted to eat, but she didn't lose no. She might have lost her taste and smell, but she didn't lose no appetite, baby. She was like, y'all ain't bringing me enough food. so no, but I'm glad that you're okay. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now you said baby girl. How many children do you guys have?
I have 4 biological children, and I have a bonus child that's 15. So when you're talking about out of school and them groceries and all of that good stuff, I'm feeling it, and I'm so ready for my empty nest. You hear me?
Well, at least you got one. Well, I have 2, but they're gonna leave at the same time. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your son's in the NFL.
Yes.
And now you get involved. How did all that come about? You getting involved with the women?
So one of my college football moms, we were doing like it may not have even been a conference. We might have just been on live because, again, this was around, the COVID time. Nobody was doing anything. And she mentioned being a part of a NFL mom group. And I was like, oh, tell me more about that. And she did. She was like, well, let me just send me your email and I'll get somebody to reach out to you. But it's as easy as going to PFPMA, which is PFPMA.org. And you can find all the information there as far as signing up for membership. We would love to have you. But once I found out that there was an organization, I knew I wanted to be a part of it because, like I said, I'm the type of person where I'm not afraid to ask. I want all the codes. I want the cheat codes. I want the secrets. I want to know. I don't want to find out the hard way. No, and my son, he never knows anything. It's just, but he was like that in college. He's like, well, son, when are we supposed to be me? Mama, I don't know. So what I do know about us moms is that we gonna get information, and even if I don't have the information, somebody else has got it, and we gonna pass it along. So I wanted to be a part of this organization. I got in, I hit the ground running. My region is very active, and so again, we've not done a lot in person just yet, but I've met with these ladies. I was with them at the draft, and that was really my first time meeting a lot of them. But we've been on phone calls. We definitely have our Zoom meetings. We have our monthly region meetings. So there's a lot of interaction going on to still inform new moms, old moms, whatever, about the happenings in the NFL with our sons.
That's good. So you mentioned that they reached out to you and you gave us a place where they can go and get signed up. So how long do you stay? Because in the NFL, they're changing teams. They're, leaving the NFL. Like, if you're a mom, are you always a mom?
Well, absolutely. Once you become an NFL mom, and the thing that really stuck out to me about this organization, and I'll honestly, like on one of my first meetings, there was more retired moms still a part of this organization. There's a membership you pay a membership fee to be a part of it, but there were more retired moms than there were active moms in the membership, from what I could see, at least in my region. But once your son is in the NFL, whether he's drafted or not, he could be a undrafted free agent. Once he's in the NFL, you are considered an NFL mom. So he could be in the NFL for a year, 2, 3, whatever, 13, 14, 20. But you are allowed to be a part of this organization because you once an NFL mom, you're always an NFL mom. And that was the one thing that I really knew that I wanted to stick around, because I was like, there's some retired ladies in here working their butts off. I don't know if when my son, their sons have retired, but I don't know if my son retires, but I'm also busy with a lot of other things. But again, I talked to one of the founding moms just here recently, and they're just so willing and ready to pour into you. So it's just it's really a united thing. It's about becoming together. It's about the education piece, our slogan. But we try to just walk in that, and me now being the new public relations person, I'm definitely trying to do my part.
That's good. I mean, I think that's why I started this talk show. Can We Talk Sports? Is when my son was in high school, and we have like 300 kids in our program. We might have had 50 moms that were in the Booster Club, but nobody ever came back to share anything with us. And so every year you're learning, reinventing the wheel versus somebody coming and tell us, okay, when you get to college, you do this, watch out for this, giving us those clues, those hints, or those nuggets that we need in order to be informed, to make, when our kids are going in there. And we didn't have that. I don't understand what is the deal. Why do we hold on to that information? Why are we not willing to go back and give it to those who are coming behind us so they can have an
share?
Yeah.
You're right, Karen, because I know when my kids were like getting ready for college or in preparation for sports and stuff, like we didn't really start seeking out information until maybe the 10th or 11th grade. And in reality, that's too late. It's too late. You need to be seeking out information. You need to be finding what camps to go to and all that kind of stuff. Like their freshman year, their ninth grade year, they're even in junior high. You need to be exposing them to the camps and stuff so that people can get a look at them. And I was really disappointed when I realized, okay, 10th, 11th grade, it's too late. Like people are already recruiting. People have already signed away their scholarships. Like, so I wish there had been somebody there for us to start telling us, look, your 8th grade year, next year, your grades matter. Every grade that you make is going to matter going towards, getting scholarships and schools looking at you. So I really appreciate moms kind of walking new moms through that process so they know what to expect.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Well, can you guys hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to respond to that. I wanted to say two things about that. First off, Karen, I don't necessarily says he's a glass half full, right? But I don't necessarily think it's intentional. I just think sometimes we're so busy trying to focus on our babies and get them on, and then it's like a sigh of relief when that's over. But me and my husband, actually, we started a business here in South Carolina doing that because our area is so under recruited. But what we're learning though is a lot of parents are really ignorant, and just like you just said, Carmen, people call us when their son is a senior. They call us when they're done, because we focus on all sports, not just football. But they call us when their child is a senior, and it's too late at that point. So we're trying to educate our communities by letting them know that, no, 8th grade, 9th grade, I need to make sure. So I focus on the academic piece of it. My husband focuses on the athletic piece of it. But it's important what they're even taking in school. My sons have taken all of their tests, the ACT and the SAT, like twice or 3 times before their sophomore year, because I did not want them to have to be worried about that, because I knew they aspired to go to the next level, right? But it's all about preparation. My husband focuses on, if he's a young man, he might be 5'6", and in high school he's playing DN. Well, we're trying to educate the parents. Well, baby, he's not going to get recruited as a DN. So I'll print out a list of things. Okay, the top DNs that were just recruited at Power 5 schools, at HBCUs, at D2 schools, are more 5'10" and up, 6'5", and in some instances at a Power 5 school, right? So understanding that if you're out of position, that's equally important, because you can do a lot of things in high school, but at that college level, everybody's good. And so what I learned too in getting in PFPMA has something right now that we're doing a couple of things with called Next Level Up, and they're focusing on the same thing. They're focusing on reaching out to high school athletes and their parents, because if we as PFPMA, as NFL moms, can reach those guys in the high school level, they'll remember us when their babies make it up to the NFL. And we will have to work as hard with our branding, because they'll say, oh, I remember this workshop that PFPMA did, and they educated us on XYZ. And so now when it's time to pay membership dues, they're like, oh, I'm in, because these ladies have been helping me for the last 4 to 6 years.
Yes.
I believe it's not so much that as parents we drop the ball. You rely on, or you think that the school that your kid is attending, that they would also help take care of them. And so through the process with Jaden, I realized that wasn't true. Right. And so getting her together, and I am so thankful for her AAU coach. I love Coach Chaz. Coach Chaz played professional basketball. She went overseas, and so she's Jaden's AAU coach. So in Jaden's senior year, because, you know, we played mama ball, so we ain't even gonna get into that subject with that, right? So she was getting recruited, but we noticed it was just all JUCOs. And it was just like, well, wait a minute, why are you just JUCO? So Coach Chaz took her, and I'm telling you, so in high school, she was averaging, I don't know, 8 points, maybe the highest is 14, if that. She got under Coach Chaz, and Jaden was averaging 22 to 26 points a game.
Wow.
Mm.
Just overnight. It's like Chaz took her in, and then then their recruiting guy was just sending letters out to 40 and 50 colleges, just left and right. So, but we made the decision, because she had some D1s and D2s, but we sat down and made the decision that a JUCO right now would be good, because sometimes you have to be honest, right? Every kid, you might be talented, but you may not be mentally ready for a D1. And I wish parents and coaches would have that real conversation with their kids, because it's a different level, right? So me and Jaden talked, and she's like, you know what, Mom, I'm okay at a JUCO to grow some more. But the recruiting, you think, you know, the school, high school your kid go to, you think they have their best interest. You really do. Even though you're involved, you know, they're like, hey, we're going to make sure your kid get recruited. So you're not leaving it all in their hands, but you're leaving it in their hands, if that makes sense. And then when they get down to the senior, you're like, wait, what happened? Why is this not happening? And I'm learning that for a lot of high schools. I'm learning that from a lot of high schools.
Mama D, you're right. I mean, but I think that's what we're trying to empower the parents, because what I don't like is that, you know, if you out there going, yeah, that's my baby and this, that, and the other, but parents know that their grades ain't right.
Yes,
they know that.
That's true
they know
too.
that. They know when they ain't taking. They know they ain't going over homework. They know they might not even see a report card. So I want to hold these parents accountable, because, you know, my husband always says there's so many Hall of Famers walking around in the street, because we just got to be realistic. You know, coaches are about X's and O's. They're about what's on the board. They're about their score on Friday night or on Saturdays. Or whenever they're playing, right? And so as parents, though, we have to be empowered, because my thing was, I wasn't going to put my babies in the hands of no coaches, because I knew, and my thing is, look at how they treat them. And sometimes they do treat them like superstars, but I was the parent that said, if your grades ain't up to par, I'm going to beat you. I don't care what your coach says.
I'm the same way.
Coaches aren't doing those types of things. They trying to win. They trying to keep their job, and that's all they're really worried about. I feel like one of my kids' coaches was hiding my son's letters, because I had 2 sons go D1 full ride scholarships. So, and that's not about tooting my own horn, but that's about me being proactive. Of course, my kids used to say, "Mama, ain't none of my friends in my class." And I said, one day you might be giving them a job, but you're gonna take these classes because I know you're capable.
Yeah.
So when they got ready to take their thing, they weren't waiting until senior year. They didn't have to say, "Oh, I got a 2.5, so I need to score." No, their grades were on point, their test scores were on point, and that was really because I just accepted nothing less. And that's what we have to do, parents. For the parents that are listening, regardless of, because there are some good coaches out here, but that really is the exception. That's not the rule. Most of these coaches are out for self. at every level. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's be honest. Like you said, we have to be honest. If your baby ain't there, and that's another thing. You brought up a good point there, Mama D. We lying to ourselves because again, how your baby 5'6"? You watch football. You see anybody 5'6" playing DN? No. So he needs to be looking at something else, if for nothing else, to get the education, to get a degree on somebody else's.
That's right.
He may not be able to go on to the next level because of his size, but a lot of times you can get there, whether it's D1, D2, D3, you can make it from anywhere. We see guys being drafted by South Alabama. We see guys being drafted by Elon, from Elon. It ain't about the schools. It's about his performance on the field, on the court.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's right.
And, that's so good. I think I can just share my part with my son. I think I was kind of just mentally blindsided first with the possibility of getting a scholarship, and my mind just automatically went to D1, the Alabama, the Oregon, even though like my son might not have been the height. And so I just went into prayer. Okay, God, I need you. I need you, God. I need you. Because I believe speaking these things, though they were. I had an uncle. My uncle said, "Your son, he got the it factor." I was like, "What is the it factor?" He was like, "We just got it." And so I just took it and I went with it. But I needed somebody to tell me the realization, Karen. Your son is not tall enough for those D1. Maybe do a HBCU. I wish now, if I could do it all over, I would have been pushing the HBCU because he would have fit within the height and probably would have got a graduate. He probably would have graduated. But coming from DeSoto, we had all got a lot of D1s, and I was just blindsided. But if anything, I needed somebody to check me, Karen. You got to bring it down. Just let him go where he can be celebrated and get education instead of thinking about them elite schools.
That makes sense. That's like I said with Jaden. It was where you're going to be celebrated, where you can grow. You see some of these D1 girls, and I'm looking at them like, Lord have mercy. You about what 6 foot, and my Jaden about 5'7", but these girls are like dominating. Jaden's good. I love my daughter. She's good. But is she ready to dominate to that level? I'm not going to stick you out there to fail. So that's why we agreed the JUCO is good. And grades, I wasn't playing. She kept her grades up through school, actually all of them. Now Jordan, he was ready. Came out of high school, went to OU full ride. Well, Jordan was ready. You know what I'm saying? He played to that level, received honor awards from college. So he was ready. So you have to, even parents with your kids, you have to look, each kid is different. Just because the oldest one made it, you can't put the rest of them in the oldest one's shoes. And you do it all the time. Parents do it all the time. So then the second oldest, the third oldest is feeling like I got to compete with and they're all different. Now my twins are different. I got one, he played football. He's like, I don't want to play football, Mom. I want to run track. I didn't even know the boy could run, y'all. I was like, you want to do what? Listen, this dude, freshman, made varsity, went to state, went to Texas relay, and set records. Wow. I'm sitting there like, well, I didn't know you could run. He was like, but it was his passion. So I had to look at all the kids and go, okay, well, that's your lane. And my other one plays basketball. That's your lane. My daughter plays basketball. That's your lane. I have a son who plays baseball. That's your lane. But they're all different. You know what I mean? And so we have to, even as parents, realize the ones who have more than one child, each child is different. You can't put them all in the same lane. And you have to go dealing with them differently. But the most important thing, like Miss Angela said, is the grades.
Yeah.
Point blank. There's nothing else to discuss. Right. It's the grades. Because everybody's, what are you going to do when football's over, when basketball's over? What are you going to do if you only play college and you don't make it to the professional league? Like, what are you going to do? Grades are important. Like, they're number one.
Absolutely. Get the
Number one.
education and run with it.
That's it.
Yes. So, Angela, tell us about the preseason conference that you guys just had, I believe.
Yeah, we just had it this past weekend. It was a phenomenal time. It's just a time for us to really get together. We have like a business meeting. We talk about things that are that the board has dealt with and things like that. But then we bring in speakers, and one of the speakers that we had this past weekend was one of the founding moms came back and spoke, and her name is Prochet. Marilyn Prochet, and just empowerment. She's a very spiritual lady, but again, to hear that the founding mothers are still a part of this organization, and some of them are lifetime members or whatever, but regardless, even like I said, when moms, their sons have retired, they come back to this organization to give back. They love it. That is what this organization stands for. And so our preseason conference, it's always about our speakers, it's always about giving us knowledge, it's always about empowering us, it's always about building us up, because again, when our babies go through something, we go through it, right? And
That's
even
right.
though
Absolutely.
they will always be our babies. So, and like, I don't know who mentioned it, but these guys, there's no loyalty anymore. Whereas with Miss Prochet, her son was on the same team in the league for 13 or 14 years, same team, but it's just not like that anymore. You can be on a team today and not be on a team tomorrow. But the thing about PFPMA is that you don't have to go through that by yourself. So wherever you are, there's a mom that's experienced what you've experienced. And what I'm hoping, what one of the founding moms shared with me was that, COVID kind of messed everything up with PFPMA as well, because again, we can't meet in person. But normally also at the preseason conference, we really focus on the new moms, because what we want to do is get new moms matched up with old moms that can kind of school them, that can be their prayer partner, that, we have kind of. And, so it's just a lot of great things going on with this organization. But the preseason conference is just kind of like the kickoff. Just like the guys are went into camp today. It's like our kickoff for the season as we get ready to cheer on our babies, to pray for our babies, to just be there for them.
So I do have one question for you. So this is for the NFL moms. What if you have an NFL mom, but then now she's an XFL mom? How does that?
I asked somebody that, especially since our name really is an NFL mom, but no, right now we just have NFL moms because we do have partnerships with the NFL. So, i.e. the NFLPA, and then, when we do things in different cities, those teams embrace us and kind of cater to us. I think their last in-person preseason conference was in Pittsburgh. And so the Steelers opened up their facility, they fed us, they did, and I wasn't a part of it then, but what I'm saying is, I think because we are affiliated with the NFL, it's only the NFL right now. But I asked that same question because it says professional football players, right? So the XFL is a professional football team or organization. So I would like to see it all come together because, hey, like I said, it's about uniting. And the thing about moms is, y'all talking about super moms and things like that. Mama gonna always be there. Mama gonna ride or die. Even when they act
That's right.
Mama did. Okay, if mama gonna get the information, mama gonna get them straight. I'll never forget, and now this is going back to college. My son ran track and played football at the same time. And so when he was being recruited for football, I personally feel came in and was, talking all this stuff about football. And I said, well, listen, I just want to know, even if he only runs 1 year, I need you to let him run track his freshman year. And normally they don't do that. But because I had his butt on my couch and called him on it, guess what? My son ran for 3 years and competed like never before. Like, track guys, again, I have a tremendous amount of respect for track people because, I'm a track mom. I just love it. But those guys compete year round, right? They're doing indoor, outdoor. So my son was having to go to lifts and go out there and run. And he made it to the ACC championship at least 4 times and medaled. So, he wouldn't try out for the Olympics in 2020 because he was like, Mama, I have to lose too much weight. I begged him though. But anyway, that's just my little track mom story. I was like, son, come on, you can do it. You can do it. But anyway, so no, his heart is with football though. So he chose football. So I have to kind of let it go. But I got a grandson now, so he might make his grandma happy.
A track runner. So Angela, talk to us a little bit about service, support, success. Like what does that look like to you guys? That being
wow. So, like I said, I'm one of those people that I talk to everybody. And so I've kind of asked other people in the organization because that's on my business card, actually. And so basically what I've gotten from it is that we are a service organization. So we give back. We do things in our community. There are several moms that have foundations, several sons that have foundations. So we're definitely about service. Support. Again, that's why PFPMA was started. PFPMA was started back in 1998 officially, but because moms didn't have any way of reaching out, there was no social media like this, right? So they didn't know. And what I learned as being a Panther mom was you can't really get to the other moms. Like, or you don't know who they are. There's no meetup. It's like they did in college. You just don't have that in the NFL. It's so much business, right? So PFPMA was started so that moms can unite, so moms can connect, so that we can, help each other out. So that's the support part.
Did she fade? I think she froze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think she froze.
Yeah.
We'll
I wanted to hear the success part.
Yes. Okay, she's back.
Okay.
Sorry, ladies. I don't. You know what? Like I said, I'm in my dining room, so this is like the other end of my house. So that could be why my internet is kind of messing up. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was saying about the success part is that our sons are in the NFL. We want to push them to the forefront. Say, for instance, here recently in May, June, July, our sons are giving back to the community. They're having youth camps. They're doing different. They're having golf tournaments with their foundations.
Yes.
So we want to push those things to the forefront so that people who is the better cheerleader, a mom or an actual cheerleader? It's mama.
Mama.
We like, what? Our babies are doing this. Our babies are doing, because they're so much more than a football player. Yes, that is their job. That is what they do. But I mean, my son's camp, like I'm the chairperson of his camp. I help orchestrate it every year. That he's had it for 2 years now. And it gets better and better each year. And we're planning to continue to do it. We're actually working on a back to school drive right now where we're going to give out book bags and help some teachers with some funding and things like that. So they're doing so much, but they don't have the opportunity to push things to the forefront. We do. And we're a collective unit, so why not do it in the manner that we're doing it as far as PFPMA, being NFL moms and telling people what our babies are doing, because they are more than football players. Football will end for them one day, and when it does, they have other passions that we want to make sure that they're successful in as well.
Angela, are there any white moms in the organization?
There are. You know what, but
there are, Karen.
Just keep it real, Karen. I ain't mad at you but that's been a topic of conversation as well. But you know what I say about that, and you know, I'm not always the most politically correct person, but PFPMA welcomes everyone. But the reality is that Black and brown boys make up the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's not act like it's not really majority black young men out there anyway playing. Okay, probably like 75-80%. So I don't think that PFPMA right now currently has that same representation. But again, we're open to anyone. Anyone can join our organization if your son plays in the NFL. But you know, just like a lot of things in life, when things are being led by brown people, you know, sometimes our Caucasian counterparts aren't as willing to, you know, submit and fall under that leadership. But we welcome all moms. If you are an NFL mom, you are welcome in this organization, white, yellow, brown, whatever. Okay. So it's not that PFMA discriminates at all, but like I said, that's a question that I always get. But like I said, most of the guys they look like us.
So do you know if the white side has an organization for NFL mom somewhere?
No. Well, if they do, it's not NFL mom. You know what I mean? Because we are the representation. Like I said, we have the partnerships. So when we do certain things, we have to be careful, because if something is not an NFL partner, we can't use it or display it, or you know what I mean? So we are definitely affiliated with the NFL. So no, there's no other entity that is
this is good.
officially recognized by the league.
Okay, Shannon's battery
So
died.
Karen, I'm gonna ask you, and you tell me if you think so or not. But I'm getting from Angela, Regina King vibes. Do you feel that? Even the way that she talks, even the way that she enunciates her words. Angela, have you heard that before?
I've not heard that before, but you know what? That's my girl. I like it. Y'all see she's directing now, so hey, it's a power.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Some reason
We have to support her too, because she lost her son. Like,
yeah,
us as moms,
absolutely.
That just hit my heart. So
something you never want to experience. I know I don't want to know nothing about that. Lord.
Right.
So you guys, send out some words of comfort when you hear of a player that passes in the NFL.
Oh gosh, yes. And you know what? That was really some of the first work that I did, because there's been so many, right? Gladney just passed away. I think the guy was called the Goose. I didn't know him. He was kind of an older player. But then what's the one from Ohio State, Lord? That got hit by a car accident down in Florida. So there's been a lot of back-to-back deaths, and absolutely, and a lot of moms. I know one in particular mom was a PFMA. She was a former board member of PFMA. So absolutely, we always send out condolences. We'll try to get as much information as we can. If people want to, send things, if people want to attend services, if the services aren't private. But yes, ma'am, we, again, all of them are our babies. You know what I mean? Whether moms are a member of PFMA or not, as a mother, you've got to be able to feel something like that. And we can't take for granted anyone losing their child. So absolutely. So we always send out our condolences and do anything that we can to help. As I stated, PFMA also donates and gives back to several organizations or people that need it. I mean, I know that there was a board meeting that I was in attendance on, and there was some kids that had died, and I didn't think they could bury them. And so PFMA was looking into making a donation there. So things of that nature as well.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Well, we don't want to hold you too long. We might have to bring you back to talk about your business, you and your husband's business, as far as how that works. Y'all
bring me back to talk about that mama and daddy ball too, because that's I want to be a part of that conversation, because there's too much of that going on too. people out here got their baby doing everything, because they trying to get their baby to wherever. But no, I appreciate you ladies having me on today. Thank you so much. It has been a great experience here, talking sports with you ladies. And this has just blessed me, because I didn't know you guys are doing what you're doing, but to hear women talking about sports, and I don't even want to say know what we're talking about, because we always know what we're talking about. But it brings great joy to me to see you ladies doing what you're doing. So you keep up the good work as well. And I appreciate you guys reaching out. And it was a pleasure to be on tonight.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we can get together and partner with doing something together, because I am going to reach out to the NFL Player Association. And so maybe we can get together and do something for the draft and invite the moms and fashion show, do something.
Yes.
All right now. I hear you. We ready.
That's right.
We'll be ready for it. So you just let me know, Karen. And again, thanks, ladies. I appreciate you having me on. You guys be blessed.
All right. Thanks.
Angela, it was a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
That was good stuff.
It
was
was
good stuff. I really liked her. And I really got, even when she just started talking, I could see Regina King like in her voice, and I had to bring that up. I know, right? I had to bring that up. I was like, okay. I tried to make it through the whole interview without saying anything, but I was like, I have to say this. But yeah, good information. I like the way she just kind of reiterated all the things that we've been saying all along about these kids in preparation, getting them ready. And just a wealth of information.
Yes, and just us as parents being honest about our kids and the journey. And it's just time. You know, we always believe the best about our kids and believe that they can go as far as they want to go. Mm-hmm. But you know, if you know that everybody in your household is 5'8", then you know that those positions. I know there was one person, Spud Williams. Yeah, but he's one in a million. So if you 5'8", or 5'9", you just know that there are measurements that you have to measure. And so you have to already condition your child to say, okay, you're playing good in high school.
And enjoy it. Go to college, enjoy it, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And not only that, not only the height thing, Karen, but sometimes as parents, like we have expectations. We want certain things for our kids. And I'm telling you, when Malik went to college, Malik in the 6th grade wrote an essay. K104, the radio station, came to Trinity for a camp. And they had them writing essays about what you wanted to do as far as sports and where you wanted to go and, you know, that kind of stuff. And Malik had just gotten her scholarship to play volleyball at ULM. And Malik wrote in this essay when he was in the 6th grade, I want to play either basketball or football. He hadn't really decided at the time, but I want to be able to get a scholarship so that my parents don't have to pay for my education. And that's what he wrote in that paper. So, girl, now he's at UNT. He's playing football. I have aspirations for him to go to the camps and stuff and the combines and everything. Yeah, he was like, no, I accomplished what I wanted. My goal was to go to college, not have make my parents pay for it. When I tell you, he went to college, full scholarship, full academic scholarship. The academic piece they put in his bank account every month. So, I mean, he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. And for me as a mom, I had to say, okay, that's not his dream. That was my dream. That is not his dream. Let him go on and do what he wants to do with his life. So, yeah.
And I think a lot of parents, we have to wake up to that as far as trying to live through our kids and wanting them to accomplish things that we didn't accomplish. And so we just have to come to grips with that kind of stuff. At some point, our kid is going to want to make their own decision. I know we are to train them up in the way they should go, but at some point, there has to be a release to let go and allow them to make their decision. And it could be heartbreaking, like mine was, but I had to let him go.
Yeah.
So, but I am so excited to bring on Big Mama. I know Big Mama got something to say.
Big Mama's coming on?
Yes, Big Mama's gonna come on. So I know she got something to say. So we're gonna go ahead and bring on Big Mama.
Hey, Big Mama.
What you want? What you need?
Get out of order. It's wrong. Yes.
Every little thing you want, every little thing you need. Keep it on for yourself, my love, cause it really don't matter to me.
Hey, baby, my name is Calderoni Baker. Some people call me Big Mama, but as you can see, I ain't Big Mama, all right? I ain't 90 years old. I ain't about to clock out. My favorite football team is the team that won last Sunday, baby. That's how I roll. Amen? Because we do things decent and in support. Hey, babies, welcome to another edition of a Fireside Chat with Mama Roni. And this is a sizzling hot topic that I'm going to be talking about tonight. It is hotter than July in Texas, baby. That's how hot this topic is. And some of y'all might be already talking about it on your timelines and whatnot. And that is the fact that Deion, Coach Prime, whatever you want to call him, Deion Sanders, who's currently the coach at Jackson State University, has accepted a coaching position at the University of Colorado, baby. And folks is losing their minds. So I want to talk to you just for a couple of seconds about the key elements of this deal. Number one, when Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, went to Jackson State, he said he was going there because God called him to go there. And he went there and he did a mighty fine job, and they won. I don't know what y'all call them in sports, but they won the championships, the main season this year, and about to play for something real important. And he got the opportunity, got a call from the University of Colorado and they offered him the head coaching job. And now you got folks on the internet that is split down the middle. Half the folks talking about that they're glad that this happened and that he did his job, and it's time for him to move on from Jackson State and go to greener pastures, baby. And then you got the other half folks saying that he's selling out, that ain't no way he should be leaving a historically black university and going to a predominantly white institution, a PWI is what I think they call it. And so Mama Roni just want to talk about a couple things. The first thing, whenever you have a strong opinion about something, baby, the main thing you need to do is to ask yourself why you feeling the way you feeling about it. Mm-hmm. And so folks over here on this side mad and saying, why I feel bad for those boys at Jackson State. He used them to climb up to get to the other one. Why we always black folks leaving to go to the white. Right? You got those folks talking about that. Then you got these folks over here saying $5 million would have made anybody leave a job if it's a step up. We're talking about matriculating through a career. And so Mama Roni ain't going to be on either side of it, because I come here in these fireside chats to make you think about the position that you're taking. Amen. So I'm gonna start over here on the fact that he got an opportunity to make more money. And even though folks said it ain't about the money, Deion said it ain't about the money, to step up to better facilities, possibly a better opportunity for him, predominantly white institution, better facilities, a tougher schedule. And now from what I hear at the University of Colorado, they were stanky this year, baby, that they won one game, maybe. So he got an opportunity to do at Colorado what he did at Jackson State. So that's what's happening over here. And then when I look at this side over here, I can understand the folks that's saying, well, why did he build up all his reps over here and then take his talent elsewhere? And this is what I want you to think about as we close today, baby. I want you to think about the fact that you right now, you move up, right? You don't stay in the same place. You got a job right now that you probably didn't have maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Because you grew, you moved up. Amen. You didn't stay in the same place. The person you with right now in your life, your husband, your wife, your partner, your spouse, whatever you want to call it, I bet you there was somebody else in your life before they was in your life. Amen. The schools you went to, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, the neighborhood you live in, baby. I bet it ain't all the same that it was 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Why? Because you matriculated. You went through, you got through some things. You moved up, you moved over, you moved around, because that's what life's all about right now. So regardless of which side of the coin you on with Deion Sanders, I want you to think about why you feel the way you feel. You feel like you've been left. You feel like Deion Sanders is leaving black folks. Let me tell you something, baby. When you're black, you ain't never leaving black folks. Amen. Are you upset that he's going over here because there's a big price tag on his head and you feel like he's been bought? Either way, it ain't none of your business. Amen. You can have your opinion, but it ain't your business. And so that's all Mama Roni gonna tell you today. I'm here. I bring these fireside chats so that you can think about why you feel the way you feel. and why you do what you do. So we wish Neon Dion, Coach Prime, all the best in his new career, his new location, and we'll see you next time.
Oh my God, Big Mama is doing her thing, man. I just love Big Mama. I just love her wisdom and the things that she brings to the show, you guys. How many of y'all like Big Mama?
Yes, we love Big Mama.
Yeah, so share this, you guys. Share this video.
So
I know everybody got a Big Mama.
So listen, if you have a story to tell, or you want to come on and sponsor the show, it'd be excited for you to join us. Okay. So listen, you can always reach us at Can We Talk Sports? Or you can reach us at canwetalksports@gmail.com. Okay. So reach out to us if you have a story. There's great packages for sponsorship. If you want to support the show, we would love to have you.
Yes.
So this is Mama D signing off.
And I'm Karen. I'll see y'all later.
Thanks for joining, you guys. Bye-bye.
It's a gift from God. God entrusted us to sort of help these young men and women to get through life without wasting the gift that he gave them.
Personally, it's one of those, you just depend on the situation. Is it something I need to remove my child from the whole team, for me to find somewhere else to go, or is it just like a one-off type of situation that just go somewhere?
It's important to really have a mindset on what do we mean by education, number one. I mean, because at the basic sense, everyone needs to be educated. We can't have an illiterate society. So,
wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning and shoot 500 free throws. You see how I feel about it, right? And then if he's ready for it the next day, then you probably have one that you can put
as a community, and we understand the importance of what that rule did, because it forced us to do things that we should have been doing all along, and that's encouraging the academic side for these young athletes.